Hey everyone, Derek Giddings from the HK shooting team, and let's have a little chat tonight about one of the most important things in your new HK SP5, the actual magazine itself. Stand by and we'll dive right in. Your HK SP5 ships with two German 30-round curved magazines, and through the years there have been basically two main types of magazines for the MP5, the curved and the straight. There's a reason the curved mag is standard, and the main reason for that is they are just better and they feed better. So when you find some of the HK straight mags, you know, even if you get a good price on them, I would pass and stick with the curved. They're better and they're more reliable. Outside that, you're going to find some of the different looks of the HK mags. While they're all the same through the years, there have just been some changes. The current ones have this made in Germany marking. The generation before had the that laser etching right there, made in Germany. As we get into some of the pre-ban or just right after the, into the early 90s, you'll see some date codes on the magazines. You'll see some out there in the wild stamped, law enforcement only, that tend to be, they tend to sell for some premium pricing, as they're pretty big for collectors. And they look pretty dang cool too, so that's nice. We'll pretend that the punch is a straight mag for the from the MP5 SD days, or the straight magged MP5s that were changed. And then we can start to get into some of the clone mags. I've got one here that is really the best non-HK mag, and then this we'll use as an example of something that may not be so hot. As with any firearm, it's important to use a good feeding device and good ammunition. So my suggestion is to stick with HK mags. Good pricing on the curved mags tends to be between $60 and $70. Sometimes people ask a lot more, but that tends to be the good pricing range for those, and it's worth every penny. The next best magazine is the POF magazine, as it's as close as you're going to get to a non-HK mag to spec. I've never had one not work in my guns. I don't find them to be near as durable. It's more of a blued finish on the gun versus the park finish that you see on really any of the MP5 magazines from HK. So these are going to be much more, the HK mags are going to be much more rust and corrosion resistant. These, if you go out there and between just oils on your hands, or you get any water, or just anything else while you're out shooting and you don't clean them, they can be very prone, I found, to a faster rusting. That doesn't necessarily make them bad. It just they're just not as high quality a magazine. These had their day. I don't know that we'll see them that cheap now with this new popularity of the MP5, but these used to be had between $25 and $35, and now I've seen some other vendors selling them up for, in excess of $50. So again, despite what the Clark Howards of the gun world will tell you about saving $5 or $10, don't skimp on the mag. If you had to make a decision between spending $5, $10, $15 to have the real deal versus even something like this that's very reliable and good, pass on this one, buy these. Once you have enough of these, if you can get some really good pricing on some of this type stuff, then load up on some of these for your shooter mags, because they flat out work. There's some other big brands out there that just are real. I say big brands, not really big brands like an HK, but when you see other MP5 mags that are out there, it's not just this MKE, but there's a couple others. Just know they're cheap for a reason. And again, you get something like this, like these plastic mags. When you insert them in the mag well, based on tolerances between the plastic and the gun, they can be very tight. They may not lock up. Just know it's not your gun, it's the magazine. So don't skimp. If you go cheap on the mags, expect some bad results. And again, a bad magazine can be one of your first areas of problem introduction to your platform, causing misfeeds, which then cause other problems, which we can talk about later, like loosening of the extractor spring, etc. So don't skip. Buy German. I think the HK web shop is currently out of the German mags, but keep an eye out, because they've got some good pricing and deals when they have their sales, and when they get them and put them up there, load the boat. Hope this provides some of the newbies to the MP5 platform with some valuable and time-saving information, and it'll make your range day better. Enjoy your new SP5, folks.